Hello. It's been way too long. Sorry about that. Reason is we are renovating a big part and it's taking all my time, also my boys, of course. But I thought it's really about time I give you an update of what's happening. So, I've been sticking to the wheat and dairy-free diet for more than a year. And it's definitely something I'm going to continue to doing. I would say I stick to it about 80 to 20%. If I slack with the wheat in particular, I do notice that symptoms come back. Especially the first symptom is that I have asthma again, that my nose starts clogging up. And those are usually times when I'm on holiday where you're just out of routine or you don't have your own things and you end to eat up what the restaurants offer you, which is meat and dairy. But if I'm home doing my routine, I can stick to it quite well, and I've gotten used to not having any dairy anymore. Occasionally I have a slice of cheese or something, or butter, but I don't drink milk and I don't eat yogurt. And if I eat wheat things, I usually tend to stick to spelt, oats, and that type of grains. So best thing for me this spring was actually that I could smell the flowers again. I haven't had been able to smell for many years, or very, very light, so you'd only smell really strong things. And it was just wonderful walking around just going, I can smell all these flowers. So that is a good sign that it's clear up to where the smell cells are sitting. The asthma is not there. It's only there if I really do cycle and it's cold, and that's always been the case, but wasn't as bad as it used to be. Like I couldn't walk up the stairs, or like I would take my asthma spray every night, and it was showing me that this is not right, because it was just getting worse and worse, my symptoms. I mean, I was at a stage where I would have night sweats every night, and I was wondering, why is it's not that hot? Why am I sweating so much? I wouldn't sleep so good. I even got to a stage where my hands started tingling and I had pain in my legs, and I even went to a doctor and I asked what it could be. I mean, normal doctor, I don't know. So, but I had a friend who's doing acupuncture who said, oh, that doesn't sound good, could be an autoimmune. And that was sort of the first little thing that was put into my mind. I went, okay, I hope it's not, but maybe it is. And then I had a phase, and this is about a year and a half ago, I had a phase where I just coughed. It was about a week. I coughed, and there was so much mucus and coming out of me, and I had fever for a week, and it really got bad. And shortly after that, I finally found a doctor, an HO nose doctor that, I mean, I've seen specialists since I was 13 all over the world. And they just give you the cortisone, and they just give you medicine, and they've operated like 15 times my nose. It's always comes back. And this is the first doctor that told me stop with wheat and dairy. So that is the original reason why I did. And I definitely recommend that to anyone who's struggling with asthma, sinuses problems, or probably any other autoimmune disease. So that's not the case. So since this year, I've actually got myself up to speed. The first book that I read was, that's going to be reversed, but Grain Brain, from David Perlmutter. He talks about the connection between wheat, or gluten, I should say, and brain disorders such as Alzheimer's, dementia, ADHD, autism, many of these type of, and he says it's linked to gluten, which is sort of linked to your gut, and these toxins that get through your gut clog up your brain and cause the inflammation, I should say, in the brain. The next one was Wheat Belly from Dr. William Davis. His clients were mainly more related to, fatigue or overweight, was still exercising, couldn't get it lost, and many different types of general clients, I would say. And he decided to put them on a wheat-free diet. And obviously, if you're overweight, you will lose weight when you stop eating wheat, because it restricts you quite a lot. There's no cake, no pizza, no pasta, and no bread, and all these things contain a lot of sugar. They shoot up your blood sugar, so obviously you're going to lose weight. But not only that, he saw other diseases disappear on his clients. And the last book that I'm actually reading right now, so none of these little tags, I got to go back to them and read again. Is Eat Dirt from Dr. Josh Axe, and he sort of more gives you more the link to the gut. The other one's mentioned in as well, but he actually goes into detail how it affects and why and what we can do about it. So there's recipes in the other books as well. I haven't come so far, but I know that he goes through a sort of a more detailed path on how to heal it, not just to stop with dairy and gluten, which he says as well. Like wheat is, or gluten is the biggest cause of leaking your gut, plus antibiotics or other strong medications will also damage your gut. So obviously stop eating those things, but at the same time gives you tips on how to heal it back again and what things to eat and not to eat so that your gut lining can close again and that you can build up your good bacteria. And I think that's the key. It's not just stopping, it's also about changing your diet and seeing to that you can heal it back again. I do eat relatively healthy, so I think my gut is much better. I mean, I can say I'm much more regular. I don't have any night sweats. I don't have this tingling. My nose is clearer. Sorry, light went off. And all these things have been better. To say that also, I also changed some other things. I did start exercise. I did doing yoga twice a week, which I feel is very beneficial, not just for the body, but also for just to calm down. I have during the winter taken quite a high doses of vitamin D because that was something that was very low. I did test results and they showed that I was on the border of, extreme deficiency. I don't think that's so strange. I think a lot of us are. And I even did this test in summer last year. So that shows that that was quite a, needed situation. So I took, between 5,000 and 8,000 drops or units per day throughout the winter. So I think that probably was helped me as well. And I've started taking cold showers after my shower. So I take a normal shower and then I take an ice cold shower. And that is a challenge. And that's still a challenge. But there's lots of benefits for your body, for your blood circulation as well. And to build up your immune system. So even though it's a challenge, it's something, and it is getting easier. And I don't just go like, cold, which you could. I actually I take the shower and go each leg cold, each arm cold, and then I come to the difficult part, which is obviously here, where you have to sort of breathe through it, and at the end, sort of the head. And it feels really good afterwards. You feel it's like having a espresso or something. You're like, I'm awake now, and you keep awake for a while as well from that. So definitely shows that the blood is flowing better in the body. I can recommend that as well. So right now, I'm, so to say, in this a little bit, but before I'm going to go on his meals, I'm doing a dry fast because I was last week in Sweden, which was holiday for me, and as it is, even though I was much better this time, I didn't eat at all much gluten. I ended up eating a bit, and I ended up eating more sweets and junk and stuff, and I just have a sensitive gut now. I think that's maybe something I have to live with. So it reacted even more like, don't eat that. Like I saw the symptoms pretty quickly. So I've decided I'm going to do a fast because that's sort of, for me, the best and quickest way to get rid of this asthma that I then get. And it's a dry fast. It's not a long, extended fast, but the dry fast just makes miracles. And so yesterday, well, let's say the day before yesterday, I started, I had for dinner just a light salad. And that's how I sort of ease into it. And yesterday morning, I had a smoothie with almond milk, blueberries, a little bit of oats, so I could last, a couple hours. I had a big one. And then for lunch, I just ate fruits. And that was it. So at 1, I stopped. And then after that, my aim is not to drink or eat anything, which I haven't done yet. It's now the next morning. It's about 8 o'clock. I must say after lunch, after work, came home at 4. It was hot outside. It's hot right now. I was really exhausted. I was tired. I hadn't slept so much the nights before, so I was mainly thinking that's the case. But so I thought I'm just going to go to bed now because I know that I'm not going to be eating or drinking anything, so I need to relax. So I went to bed. I had a little bit of a headache. I was hoping that an hour's sleep will do it. I woke up at about 2 hours later, and my headache was even worse. It was really bad. And I was wondering, either it's now already the toxins leaving my body, but I hadn't been in the dry fast for that long, so I wasn't quite sure. But I could just feel that it's just getting worse. I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to sleep. But then at the same time, I knew that it was so hot that I'm thinking, no, maybe I shouldn't do this dry fast. I just do a water fast. So I had a big glass of water, thinking I'll take a glass of water and I'll go back to sleep. I had a glass of water. I snoozed for a little while, and I don't know, half an hour or something like that later, I just had to throw up. So I was like, oh, what's going on? Because that's not usually the case. So all the water came up, but nothing else, not the lunch. And then I was fine again. I thought, okay, obviously didn't want that water. So I went back to sleep, and I just took it easy. I slept I laid in bed and read a little bit, and then I slept from 9 until 7 this morning. I had a big sleep. And that's so much easier then as well. And I feel great now. I can feel that my mouth is a little bit dry and I'd like to have a little sip, but other than that, it's all good. And it's actually the easiest way to do like a dry fast is if you can find a time where my kids are gone. So that's why I've also chosen this time. They're with their grandparents traveling. I can just take it as easy as I need and sleep. And then you sleep through most of it. Time passes quicker and your body gets to do what it needs to do. When you're sleeping, your body heals as its best. So I'd recommend that. I mean, I wouldn't go doing a lot of shopping or walking around a lot because you get exhausted, you get even more thirsty, especially today it's going to get hot again. So I'm just going to pace it out now. I'm sitting here, I have to do a little bit of work at home. And at 1 o'clock, my 24 hours have passed. So once that's passed, I'll drink water initially, just slowly, and maybe after an hour or so I'll have a smoothie, maybe with some berries, or just taking really, really slow. I mean, according to this, which I haven't read finished, ideally you will have things like not too many raw vegetables, obviously no grains and stuff like that, but initially you should have like a broth. That's always his thing to heal your gut lining. I'd have to go and get some chicken and do the broth. So maybe that's a plan. I'll see what kind of recipes I find in there. Or he says like steamed vegetables, something really, really easy for your digestion. Yeah, that's the plan. Let's see how we go. But feeling good. Just a couple hours more. So anyone out there trying to do a dry fast for the first time, if you have any questions or anything, shoot them, I'll answer them. And for all others that have similar symptoms, I'd love to hear from you. And give me a thumbs up or subscribe, even better, so we can follow each other. Take care. Bye-bye.